Let's talk about another Southern California legend who has hung it up, but might be getting back on the field thanks to Rich Eisen.
My goodness, did you guys see this yesterday? So we all know what's going on in Indianapolis. Carson Wentz going to have a bone taken out of his foot. I don't know how that's a good thing. 5 to 12 weeks, he's on the shelf. But once again, injured. And once again, not available, as we've been talking about all week.
Theme of the show, availability.
Availability. Well, Phillip Rivers, we know, retired after last year. Had a conversation with Sam Farmer, our buddy from the LA Times, about how, if somebody called him for a late season situation fill-in, he would be available. Quote, "I'm not quite there. I'm getting back there. I wouldn't have made weight if I had to report last week, that's for sure. But I am getting back into lifting and running, and I occasionally throw a ball around here in the heat." Of course, he's down in Alabama coaching high school football. "It's not too hard to get a good lather going. I'm just going to stay ready. I want to make it very clear. I'm not predicting I'll play in December or January, but once you've got somebody who wants you, and, it's got to be right, but I haven't completely ruled that out."
Man, that's a tough spot for him to be in. Just the idea of what it takes for a professional athlete to get to that moment where they say, this part of my life is over. That's a really hard journey for pro athletes to go on. All of us in the studio, we're blessed with the opportunity to make something of ourselves in our future. We believe our greatest success, happiness, whatever we're most proud of, our accomplishments, we still hold on to that feeling that it's in front of us and we can go and chase it.
Oh, not me, Ben. My best days are
No.
way behind
You've
me,
got
dog.
a lot
TJ,
of top shots you're going to download and sell. You got a lot of NFTs in your future, I think. But the idea that athletes whose self-esteem, self-identity, self-worth are so intertwined with their accomplishments on the field, the fact that they have to realize, I'll never make as much money, the chances of me making as much money are very slim. I'll never have that type of self-esteem or that attention or that self-worth or importance, and they put that to bed. That's a really scary process for athletes. So for Phillip Rivers to get to that place, walk away from the game, did he go into last season saying it would be his last, or was just kind of understood?
No, I think people kind of thought that it was a possibility, but I mean, Phil played really well last year.
On a playoff team and a new situation, played really well.
But he had this opportunity that he wants to do. And we all know Phil, we make a lot of jokes, but Phil has a very big family. He wants to coach his sons. He wants to coach high school football. And this place in Alabama said, when you retire, you will be our coach. And he was like, great, now's the time.
And it's not only about coaching the kids, but it's about spending time with the kids.
Right.
Because when you're a professional athlete, you miss out on so many of those moments. We've heard so many men and women talk about how challenging it is as a parent to play pro sports because you're not there for the birthdays and the holidays and things like that. So as an athlete, that's something that you can really look forward to in the next stage of your life.
Yeah.
I remember when I got to work at the Players Tribune and got to know Derek Jeter a little bit, he was like, wow, July 4th barbecues are fun. I never had one of those.
Yeah, they're great.
I haven't had one of those since I was 11 because I've always been at a travel tournament or baseball or on the road, and just the simple things of spending time with family that the rest of us might take for granted. July 4th have we all celebrated with our family. We're very lucky to do that. So Phillip Rivers to now be saying, well, I'm going to get ready and I'll be ready. And that's a wild mental process to go through.
In case a team has an injury, look, I'm available. Call me from the pen.
Is he sitting at home on Sundays rooting for guys' legs to fall? No, of course not.
Of course not.
But the idea that you're watching and you're ready, you still got one foot in the pool. You're not lying down, drying off with a towel. Yeah. That's a weird place to be in. It's a gray area, limbo.
Yeah,
that's
keep in
tough.
mind, Phillip Rivers, 39 years old. But we've seen guys play older now and have great success. And Warren Sharp tweeted, look, he started all 16 games last year, Phillip Rivers. He never missed a start in 15 seasons. 7.9 yards per attempt the last 4 years, and the only quarterback in the NFL with 4,100 or more passing yards every year since 2013. Like, this guy has been productive for a long time, and as we said over and over again, available. Guy never missed a start.
But you joked about Dwayne Wade, Ben Lyons filling in for Rich on the Rich Eisen Show. You joked about Dwayne Wade coming back and playing with Melo and LeBron in LA. But Dwayne Wade seems at peace with his time in the game.
Yes.
He seems very happy living his life on the gram, doing it big with the Utah Jazz. TNT's got a lot going on, his family. And
Part owner of Utah? It's amazing.
He seems at peace with the game. Kobe, before he passed, would sit down, and I think it was Rich. He was like, I'm done. Rich tried to get him to say, hey, what if you got a call or wanted to lace him up one more time? And Kobe, there was nothing in that soundbite with Rich that made me think Kobe had anything left or was thinking, I could still. So you don't want that itch to be something you deal with for the rest of your life. You don't want Phillip Rivers 20 years from now to say, maybe I should have come back that year in 2021. I still had something. What would have happened if? You don't want any of that in life. So I hope he's at peace with where he is.
And I would say, we just look at Michael Jordan and the way he came back. You can tell that was a dude who had a lot of regrets about the middle of his career, how it played out, having to step away for a year and a half, and the end of his career, not really how the Bulls broke up. And this guy came back and played for the Wizards of all teams.
He dropped 40 as a 40-year-old man twice, something no one will ever do again.
So just imagine if he hadn't stepped away, he'd just tell at different points in his life he needed to take a break and was like, cool, I'll come back.
No, I mean, he was, talk about mental burnout, which has been a theme of these Olympics.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, obviously someone who experienced that. So we'll see what happens with Phillip Rivers.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.